Welcome to Wise Age Meaning. They told him it was just old age. Slower energy, weaker performance, a little less spark in the bedroom. Normal stuff, right? That's what the doctor said, with a shrug. But 3 months later, he was rushed to the ER. They thought it was a heart attack. His chest was tight, his pulse racing, his hands clammy. But it wasn't his heart. It was something else entirely. Something no one had ever warned him about. Blocked blood vessels, not in his chest, but down there. His body had been whispering the truth for years, but no one was listening. Until that day. Hi, I'm Dr. James. For over 30 years, I've helped thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s take back control of their health, their confidence, and their connection with the people they love. And I can tell you from experience, what most people think is just aging is often something far more manageable. What if the real problem isn't your age, but what you've never been told? Today, I want to have the kind of honest conversation that most doctors never take the time to share. I'm Dr. Edward. For over 30 years, I've helped thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s take back control of their health, their confidence, and their connection with the people they love. And I can tell you from experience, what most people think is just aging is often something far more manageable. What if the real problem isn't your age, but what you've never been told? Today, I want to have the kind of honest conversation that most doctors never take the time to share. Today, I'm going to show you how a simple kitchen ingredient, baking soda, yes, the same one you probably have sitting in your cupboard right now, can help improve circulation, support healthy blood flow, and even reignite that sense of intimacy and vitality you thought might be gone for good. This isn't magic. It's science, made simple, natural, and safe when done right. And if this kind of real, practical health advice speaks to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss another message made just for men like you. And just so I know you're here, still listening, type the number in the comments if this already feels helpful. If not, type sh. I read every response. Let me tell you about Walter. He was 68, retired, married for over 40 years, the kind of man who always put others first, his wife, his kids, even his neighbors. But when he came into my office, something was different. His voice was quieter. His shoulders slouched a little. He said, "Doc, I don't feel like myself anymore." He didn't come in for a heart problem. He didn't even mention intimacy at first. He just said he was tired, cold all the time, falling asleep on the couch before dinner. And somehow, without even saying it, I could tell he felt like he was slowly fading out of his own life. When we talked more, Walter opened up. He said intimacy with his wife had become rare. Not painful in a physical way, but emotionally. He felt embarrassed, awkward, distant, like his body was betraying him. He wasn't just losing touch with his wife, he was losing touch with himself. And here's the thing, what Walter was going through? It's not rare. In fact, it's one of the most common and overlooked challenges men face after 60. It all starts with something small, colder hands, less energy, less desire. We brush it off as just getting older, but the real culprit is something much more specific and far more fixable: poor circulation. And yet, almost no one talks about it. Here's what most men never hear from their doctor. Your body runs on blood flow, not just your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, your intimacy. But as we age, something changes quietly, slowly. The lining of our blood vessels, called the endothelium, starts to stiffen. The arteries narrow. Blood doesn't move as freely as it once did. It doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual. So gradual that we start calling it just getting old. But it's not just age, it's circulation. And the first places it shows up, but the smallest vessels, the ones in your fingers, your toes, and other very personal places. Less blood flow means less oxygen, less warmth, less energy. You feel it in your hands. You feel it when you climb stairs. You feel it when you try to be close to your partner and your body doesn't respond like it used to. It's like the lights in your house dimming, one room at a time. First, it's your energy, then your sleep, then your desire. And if you don't catch it, you start to believe that maybe your best years are behind you. But they're not, because your body hasn't given up. It's just waiting for the right kind of support. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because one of the simplest, most overlooked tools I've ever recommended support circulation is probably sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. Yes, I'm talking about baking soda, but not the kind you toss into pancake batter or use to freshen your fridge. Used the right way, baking soda can actually help support blood flow, oxygen delivery, and overall vitality, naturally. Let me explain how. As we get older, our bodies tend to become slightly more acidic. It happens from stress, diet, and declining kidney function. That acid buildup tightens blood vessels and reduces how much oxygen your blood can carry. Not good, especially if you're already feeling slower or colder than usual. But baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is a natural pH buffer. Taken in small, safe amounts, it helps neutralize excess acid in the body. That means your blood vessels can relax, your circulation opens up, and more oxygen reaches the places that matter. I've seen it help with energy, mood, warmth, even that quiet spark between couples that some thought was lost forever. One patient, Harold, 67, a retired math teacher, had tried everything: supplements, pills, even strange devices from late-night TV. Nothing worked. Then I asked him, "Do you have baking soda in your kitchen?" He laughed. "You mean, like for cookies?" We started with a small daily dose. Within weeks he felt steadier, his hands weren't freezing anymore. And one morning, with a quiet smile, he said, "Doc, it's like something came back." Now, is baking soda a miracle cure? No, but when used correctly, it can be a gentle, powerful step in the right direction. But, and this is important, you have to use it the right way. Now, before you grab the box from your cabinet and start chugging, let me tell you what not to do. Dennis was 70. Active guy, loved golfing twice a week. He saw something online about baking soda helping with circulation, and he figured more must be better. So he started taking a full teaspoon in the morning and another at night. Within a week, he ended up in the ER. Bloated, dizzy, heart racing. His kidneys, already under stress, couldn't handle the overload. The truth is, baking soda isn't dangerous by itself, but like anything powerful, it needs to be used with care. It's not like taking a multivitamin. It changes your body's pH, your sodium levels, and your fluid balance. And for older men, especially those on blood pressure meds or with kidney concerns, that balance is delicate. Too much sodium, even from something natural, can throw off your heart rhythm, raise your blood pressure, or worse. So hear me clearly. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe in any amount. Water is natural, but drink too much, too fast, and it can still hurt you. The good news? These risks are totally avoidable if you use it the right way. And that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through next. Here's how I recommend starting, the safe, simple way. For most healthy adults over 60, start with just 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Stir it into a full glass of water, 8 to 10 ounces, and drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Not before bed, not after meals, and definitely not multiple times a day. Just once. It may sound like a small amount, but when it comes to your body's internal chemistry, small is smart. Now, a tip most people miss: hydration matters. Baking soda works best when your blood is well hydrated. That means sipping water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. And of course, if you're on blood pressure medication or have kidney or heart issues, talk to your doctor first. This isn't about fear. It's about respect for your body, for your story, and for everything you've lived through. You wouldn't drive a classic car without checking the engine, right? Treat yourself with the same care. Most men don't need a miracle. They just need one good decision, to believe that feeling better is still possible. There's one last story I want to leave you with. His name was Frank. He was 76, widowed, quiet, the kind of man who didn't speak much unless it really mattered. He came to me not looking for a miracle. He said, "I don't need to feel 30 again. I just want to feel like myself." We started him on the same gentle routine: 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in the morning, a glass of water, and steady hydration. But more importantly, he stayed consistent. He gave his body time to respond, and slowly things changed. More warmth in his hands, better sleep, more ease in his breath. And one day he looked at me and said, "I didn't think I'd ever feel this kind of closeness again. But I do." So if you've been feeling tired, disconnected, like something important has slipped away, please hear me. You're not broken. You're not too late. And you're not alone. Your body hasn't given up. It's just been waiting for you to listen. If this message gave you hope, type HUD in the comments and share it with a friend who might need it too. Because the best years, they don't have to be behind you. They might just be waiting on the other side of one small, powerful choice.